Don't go.
Welcome to the Vinny Rock Podcast.
I took the blows and did it my way.
It's time. The Vinny Rock Podcast. Yo, what up? It's the Vinny Rock Podcast. My voice sounds crazy as fuck right now. Hey, don't forget, Core Medical Group. I just had another happy customer hit me up for two reasons. His testosterone is back up and his penis is hard. Yeah, they have boner pills there. Erectile dysfunction meds at Core Medical Group at any time. Don't be embarrassed by it. It's all good. A lot of people use them. Wink, wink, a lot. All right, you guys go hit them up. You already know. They do... how do you say this? Right now, it's kind of the age of telemedicine. Yep, they have it. Telemedicine, they can ship it directly to your house no matter where you are in the fucking United States. And yes, there's a discount if you're a fucking veteran. If you listen to this podcast, you will get a discount on your TRT and erectile dysfunction medications. Just hit me up. All we got to do is get you to my boy. They're going to get you some blood work done. Bing, bang, boom. You pay for all that stuff, and here you go. They'll let you know what you need. Go hit up Core Medical Group. Let me know if you need their information. I'd send you my boy Mike's number, and you just hit him up directly. That's how it goes. Beyond Clothing is an outdoor expeditionary clothing. It's a layered system. It's fucking high speed, high quality. Yes, it's got a price tag on it that you are going to respect because this is quality shit. I love Beyond Clothing and I love the company, and I think you guys need to go check them out. BeyondClothing.com. Use the hashtag Rocco. Go ahead and use my promo code. You guys already know that. Willie Pete's chocolate, made from the digits of his hands from his own garden. He makes his chocolate from home, and it has all kinds of different Scoville units. If you like chocolate and if you like spice, you will love Willie Pete's chocolates. He has all kinds of other things, some cocoa and everything you can think of. Hit him up, williepeteschocolates.com. GMR Gold is a subscription-based precious metal company. Go to Bullion Box. You can get $100, a $200, or a $300 box of precious metal and put it away, save it, show your kids, collect it, whatever the fuck you want to do. But I promise you, right now, look into it. It's doing good things. You can use that promo code ROCKO or just let them know that the Vinny Rock Podcast sent you. You can get yourself a little discount. Don't forget, GMRGold.com. Barry Law. You guys, I just talked to a veteran today. He's homeless and needs to get his shit together. He's trying to get his VA claim done. If it takes any much longer, I'm going to take him to Barry Law because Barry Law can help him get what he deserves. Barry Law has helped some individuals get enough money they can buy their house and turn their life around. One individual was living under a bridge. No fucking joke. I'm going to try and do the same for my friend I just met the other day, a homeless veteran that pretty much lives out of his car. We're going to find ways to help him. But one thing I'm going to do is hit him with some Barry Law. Go hit up ptsdlawyers.com/Rocco. Hit them up. Or if you need anything from me, hit me up. I'll send you their direct number. They will get what you deserve from your VA claim. PerseveranceSurvival.com. You guys already know. Go check out Perseverance. What the fuck is wrong with me? PerseveranceSurvival.com. They got Woolby hoodies. They got Ranger panties. You'll love it. Modern Gun School. I got a buddy of mine who just joined, man. He loves it. You guys need to do it. I swear to you. Hey, David, I hope you love that. I'm glad you tried it. Trust me, I wish I could do the same. I have other things I'm putting my educational benefits towards. But if you have VA educational benefits, go to mgs.edu and sign up for Modern Gun School. It is a distance learning armor school that you will enjoy. Don't forget to check out herosports.org and as well as veteran.com. We are still giving away 2 motorcycles built by Motorcycle Missions and $20,000 cash. We're about to do a podcast with Mike Barker from Hero Sports. Catch you later. What up? It's the Vinny Rock Podcast. I got my boy here. Got my dude, Mike Barker from Hero Sports. We're doing another podcast. The last time we did it, we kind of rushed that shit, didn't we?
Yeah, man. We both got busy lives, man. We gotta knock these out quick.
A little bit of a time crunch, yeah. But my boy, he flew here. He flew here from Texas because we had a couple events going on. We had that veteran event, which was extremely successful. A lot of veterans showed up to talk about different forms of treatment that can help with trauma and post-traumatic stress and addiction. And then on the other side, tonight we have a softball game with Hero Sports, which we are an incredible team. We have not really won a game in a long time. I think
that's changing tonight.
Yeah, I think since the inception of Hero Sports Utah, we've won one game, and that's 3 seasons in a row. It's not in part because the league is super challenging. It's because the guys show up. Oh, shit. I got disconnected. There you go. I got disconnected for a second. What the fuck? All right, there it is. Yeah, so the guys show up and have a good time. We don't take ourselves too seriously. Can you hear me all right?
Yeah, you're good, man. Yeah,
cool.
I mean, that's the best part is they get to get out on a Thursday night and have some fun. And, winning is showing up, part of what we try to, instill in people at Hero Sports is, showing up, getting out of the house, going to be with your brothers and sisters and being a part of that team again is winning, Yep. Whatever happens on the field, most of us want to win, but at the same time, we've already won by showing up and being there and being a part of the team. So,
yeah, I think naturally we have a competitive nature. I mean, if we wouldn't join the military, if we didn't want to go during a time of war, if we didn't want to go fight part of the war, it's a competitive side of like being American. We want America to be the best. Yeah. And the other side of it is like, if you're going to get out of the house and spend an hour, 2 hours with the dudes, or and a couple females, let's try and get the win. But at the same time, if the win becomes more important than the community of what we're doing, well, then you're missing the point of what the goal is here. Our goal is to get veterans out of their fucking house and back into community. And when you're doing that, those of you who are listening, when you're doing that, you're also able to identify them weekly, see how they're doing. I can visually see how they feel, how they look. Do they have a job? You can ask them questions. Not even that. You give them something to look forward to for the next week and the next week and the next week. Things like that become very important for giving purpose to those who are still trying to figure out what their purpose is. Well, in the meantime, your purpose is a player on our team, and we want you to show up every week.
For sure. Yeah. No, and then, obviously when you have somebody who's been there for 2 weeks and they haven't shown up for 2 or 3 weeks, that's the time where it's like, hey, man, where's so-and-so? We need to check on, has anybody talked to him? Has anybody checked in with him? Is something going on in his personal life? The warning signs are already there because you are a part of that team, Yeah. So that's the awesome part about having the routine ways of, having people show up and be accountable. You get ahead of problems before they become problems. So,
yeah, do me a favor, man. Hero Sports is doing a shit ton of things right now. So why don't you go over like kind of where we're at right now with Hero Sports, some of the cities that we're playing in, some of the new things you're doing, like how we're raising money during this COVID crisis, how we're keeping it afloat, like a lot of things that you're doing on your end outside of like the veteran movement and like Rally Point Hollywood here in Utah and things like that.
Yeah. So, obviously during COVID-19, we've lost a lot of our normal fundraisers. We lost our big sit-down gala dinner that we had planned for May, which is usually our biggest fundraiser of the year. So, we've had to adapt and overcome just like many other organizations. We've worked with some different gun companies and raffled some guns. We've, started doing slow pitch softball tournament fundraisers again. We've networked into some bigger community-based softball tournaments where we're able to go and sell some apparel and network into other activities within that tournament. So we're still working hard to create opportunities. We've done events from Hawaii to Salt Lake City to throughout the Midwest and Texas. We did the Super Bowl in Miami in February.
Fucking wish I didn't miss that.
Yeah. So, we've done events in D.C. I just got back from Georgia from Military World Softball Tournament. So the amount of activities and things that we can be a part of hasn't slowed down at all. It's just the companies that are able to support what we do have backed off on a lot of funding right now based on not knowing if their business is going to be around or not, So, so it's created critical thinking on how to stay engaged, continue to raise funds to try to still have an impact.
No, for sure. And I think, we've done our part here in Utah of keeping it alive. We went to the acting classes. We went to the Zoom meetings. All that's kind of getting pushed to the wayside right now because we're focusing on the veteran kind of push here in Utah, as well as, there's other little things. Utah's kind of more open than other states. And so we're really trying to plan this Heroes Taco events that are coming up here soon and just trying to find ways of, we are financially supporting a lot of dudes in having the opportunity of playing sports or engage in some kind of special, recreational activity, and as well as hunting. And you got a pretty big hunting trip coming up here soon, right?
Yeah, we, hunting starts in September down in Texas, dove season. We have a big dove hunt fundraiser that we're doing next weekend. So we replaced our May gala dinner with a dove hunt for social distancing purposes. So that starts next weekend. The weekend after that, we're doing a military first responders hunting get-together appreciation weekend. So, basically 2 EMS, 2 firefighters, 2 police officers, 2 active duty, 2 veterans are all going to travel to a ranch, and we're just going to show them a good time, shooting some guns, fishing, cooking them some food, just hanging out and just showing people that, put it all on the line all the time. Like, we're thankful for what you do, and here's our appreciation, and hosting you for a weekend to let you know that we're appreciative. So we have that the next weekend. We got a softball tournament. We've got, another kind of gala dinner that we're a part of down in Texas. So, we're rocking and rolling, man. It's just, the year that we had projected out after our gala dinner in May, has created other opportunities for us to, think outside the box.
Yeah, man. And yesterday you saw the first version of what hopefully better will come to be. The gym side of it is the Hero Sports, and the sports associated with is Hero Sports, and the activities is Hero Sports. That we're going to try and put together Hero Sports. What was it that hike to a fucking climb to a zip line? Yeah, that'll be a Hero Sports event, and I'm going to try and put that together soon. And hopefully, also golf is big in Utah, so trying to get the golf set up here. One, can raise some good, significant amount of money for the nonprofit, but 2, it's like the most COVID-friendly sport, right?
Yeah, that and hunting right now are the kind of the 2 things that you can do pretty much anywhere all the time. So softball in certain parts of the country is shut down and still happening, but we're just trying to find outlets for veterans, and especially during this time, because you do have some idle time on your hands, and you do have some of those dark times where you are reaching out to maybe an organization that has helped you in the past, but maybe they're not operating right now, or they're not even able to do things for vets right now because of coronavirus. So we're getting inundated with a lot more asks right now too, because a place that they would normally go isn't doing a whole lot, where they still see us operating and doing a lot of activities, and like, well, maybe these guys can help me. So, and we try to fill that gap wherever we can. We just went and met with a homeless veteran here in Utah, and just, out of the blue, just trying to figure out where we can fit in to try to fill in that gap. And
how can we connect the dots? How can we connect the dots to help them get back on their feet, right? And so, and that homeless vet was not what I usually run into. He actually was willing to get help. At the same time, he even said, like, it's not about the money. He goes, if you can help me get my car on the, I'm trying to figure out my VA. Like, he had a list of, like, here's what I need to get done. And none of it was out of touch, right? Now, we don't know deeper into his story whether there's an addiction issue and why it draw him there. Whatever the case. And those are things, like, in the next few weeks as I go and meet with him and kind of help him, I hope to get down to the bottom of it. At the same time, like, you can't be the enabler for these dudes either. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely. You can help fill in the gaps, but we can't, take over and just do everything that you need done and on a drop of a dime either. So, if it's a job placement or counseling or, medical treatment, or, we can help try to point you in the right direction, even though, we may not be able to do that through our organization, when you ask, but we can also help refer you out to other organizations who specialize in stuff like that. So.
Well, let me flip this conversation real quick. We woke up, like you flew into town yesterday, we did the whole thing, and we woke up to an onslaught of fucking drama on social media and mainstream media about this shooting that happened in what city?
It's Kenosha, Wisconsin.
Kenosha, Wisconsin.
Yeah.
And so I know all of you listening right now know this is the talk of the town right now. And I wanted to, me and Mike talked about it, and we visually kind of see it the same way. And so let me talk about this in a way and step in here and there when you have something to say and can articulate to the point where, you know what I mean? It's a hard world to speak on because anything we say can be used against us, right? Like the weird thing. So here's the deal, man. Coming from a military background, a gun background, and everything else, I've actually, and as well as now being on social media and doing it all, I make sure I research as much as I fucking can before I form an opinion. It's kind of the smart fucking thing to do. It's the thing that most people don't fucking do.
Yeah.
Right. And so I've seen video from beginning to end. There's definitely missing points where I can't speak on, and that I'd be ignorant if I thought I can fucking tell you exactly what happened on some of the scenes that didn't happen. But this kid, what was his name? Kyle, like Redenbacher. I don't know, whatever the fuck. But this kid is 17 years old. He drives across state lines with a rifle, which now makes that illegal. But he goes to a used car lot, I believe it is, to pull security because just the day before, another one nearby was burnt down, was rioted. And so I think he probably was getting paid. It might have been a family friend. Who knows how he got the gig, but he showed up with his med pack, his gloves on, and in an interview that you probably don't even take the time to fucking find, he explained like he's there to protect this business from rioters, from looters, and he's also there to do medical attention on people that are out there rioting if anyone needs it. And he brought his rifle so he can protect himself because he has that right, and it kind of gets crazy out there. I agree. I agree with everything he fucking said. But the problem that we have is like now, should someone who's obviously not really trained in that rifle be out there with that rifle at the time? I mean, what do you think, dude? If he's not, he could have easily been a victim himself.
Yeah.
So go ahead, please.
Well, I mean, in the clip that we saw as well, he was with another guy who said he was an Army veteran.
Former veteran,
probably very well trained. Mm-hmm. And somewhere between that video and the video that it kind of cut to next, they're not together anymore. So
So there's a lot of things went wrong, right? His little battle buddy,
especially as a military member myself, is like you never leave your battle buddy. It's like so it's like where do they go? And get separated, and then why am I not going to you? When some chaos is happening, because I think, and I haven't watched all the videos, and I'm not fully educated on it. But what I have seen is the first shots were in the parking lot of the thing that they were supposed to be protecting.
Yeah.
That's what it appeared like to me. I don't know that that's true or not.
Yeah, it looked like. So whatever first happened, he was running from the violence. He was running from the antagonizers. Now, we don't have video on how that started. That's probably the biggest problem. We don't have the video of how that started, but we do have video of him running and then someone throwing a Molotov cocktail at him, kind of device. It didn't work, so obviously something was wrong with that. But the fact that someone even threw something of that nature is already a fucking huge threat. Threat levels escalated through the roof right now. I'd be like, oh shit, I saw what he threw at me, not a fucking safe bet. Then the dude goes charging forward towards him. At this point, the camera is in a bad angle where you can't really see what happens, but with moments later, around, 8 shots maybe, I didn't even count them, you see him standing over the guy who was chasing him, who now has a bullet in his head, who is now dying. and he's yelling for medic, right? He knows this is a bad situation. He's calling for a medic, obviously way out of his expertise of medical. He said something like he's an advanced lifesaver, which really means CPR and fucking stop a fucking wound, right? It's nothing really. And he starts calling for medic, starts trying to do his thing. And as well as someone else is trying to provide medical attention to a head wound by putting pressure. That's wrong. Either way. From there, I don't see any video from the in-between from there to the next spot. He then later video shows him in the middle of the road. I guess the same people that saw what happened started to confront him again. And that's where you see him getting knocked down in the road. And then as he's getting knocked down the road and hit over the head with a skateboard, which some people are fighting right now saying whether that's lethal force or not. Look, if you knock someone unconscious, that is something that could potentially knock you unconscious is lethal force, because once you're knocked unconscious, they can have their way with you. The same in any law enforcement textbook, any kind of fucking border patrol world, anything you thought, anyone throws something at your fucking head, if it knocks you unconscious or has the potential to, that can be deemed as lethal force. So the kid during that scuffle, he kind of postures up and fucking throws some rounds. Unfortunately, it kills someone. At the same time, potentially saves his life. Go on to the next dude just running up on him with a pistol. He engages again. Wasn't an accurate shot. Shot the dude's arm. Boom. So now you have 2 dead, 1 injured off this kid's actions. And then he gets up off the ground eventually. The cops are coming. Everyone's screaming. And he's walking with his hands up in a very submissive posture, which people are complaining right now because the cops didn't do anything for him, or white privilege, all this stuff. And here's the deal. Right now, these cops are not. It's not a surprise to see someone carrying an AR-15 during these rallies now. All of a sudden, everyone's carrying these motherfuckers. So cops aren't going to come blazing unless they see an engagement happening and still have to make a determination who is the threat in that circle. At this point, there was no more threat. There was just violent screaming, shouting, guys on the floor that are injured, and a guy with the rifle in his hands up in a submissive posture. For me, I mean, bro, I feel like this kid is going to get off with very minor charges, right? I mean,
yeah. I mean, I think the rule that I read in Wisconsin is you have to be 18 to have open to carry a firearm. So I think, from what I was reading, that was really the only law that he broke that's on the books.
And then also crossing state lines.
Yeah, and then the crossing of the state lines. But then,
everything else
from there, I mean, it's all up into interpretation of pretty much which side you're on. If you're on the, social justice side, and this is a guy that's going around murdering people in the street. If you're on the gun side and, you believe in gun ownership, he's protecting himself from being beat up in the street, So I mean, it's
this funny thing, dude. We both have friends on both sides of the spectrum. I mean, and you can almost divide it Republican, Democrat. That's almost like it's turned into, right? Like, you know what I mean? Yeah. It's such a weird time,
and for me, I mean, we've talked about this openly. I'm married to a black woman. I mean, I live it every day. And I have 3 boys that are biracial. They're half white and they're half black. So these are things that I have to think about a lot, because, in society, yes, my children are going to be viewed as, black children. But I think a lot of that starts at home as well, being a good father, being a good role model, teaching your kids, right and wrong and consequences of actions and, those kinds of things. And, I think for some reason in society today, that's missed at home a lot, So, but yeah, I mean, these are things that I have to deal with all the time. I mean, me and my wife, we go to, what most people would consider a white side of town, and people look at us funny, like, and they'll even ask sometimes, like, "Oh, are you guys together?" Like, is this on the same check? It's just like, well, yeah, we came here together. We ate together. Like, obviously we're together. But then at the same time, we'll go somewhere that's, considered the black side of town. And, people will make comments like, oh, you couldn't get with a brother, like, oh, you must be with him for the money, and like give you funny looks,
Bro, it's funny because people don't realize there's still racism, dude. Right? Like, and maybe not to the racism side of so strong, but just one comment like that's racism, dude. Right? You know what I mean? It's racism, man.
Yeah, and the thing is, like being in the military, like that is the biggest melting pot of people from all walks of life.
Yeah.
And, I have people on all sides that I would lay my life down for, and it doesn't matter what the color of their skin is, So, and those are the things that I struggle with, man. It's just like you've known me for 20 years. I've, served with you. I was your therapist. I rehabbed you. We've become friends in this veteran space. And just because we disagree on certain aspects of, right and wrong based on our beliefs, that doesn't mean that like we can't be friends and like we can't still not like the same person just because we disagree.
It's because right now it's just a very divided country because of the voting, right? We have the elections coming up and people are trying to divide the country and everyone has to have an opinion. You're either a Trump supporter or you're racist. You're either a Biden supporter or you're a freaking racist. It's this really strange world that we live in where Facebook and mainstream media has turned into the most toxic thing we have that is destroying America on its own. And it's partially for multiple reasons of the lack of true information, right? Like, so, you want to make a martyr out of this gentleman who was just killed by the cops. What's his name? I don't remember his name recently. Sorry, it's escaping me.
Yeah.
But the gentleman was a convicted sex offender, right? I believe it was, and he was also in a warrant for his arrest. Yeah. And then it was said that he was an unarmed man, which has now been proven false. And so it doesn't matter though, right? People don't care about the facts of the matter. What happens now is what it is at the time, it made for really good divisive media. Let's go and piss people off more. Let's go and continue the Black Lives Matter movement, which again, I don't not support Black Lives Matter movement. It is what it is. It's not my movement, and I'm not going to go riot over it, but I have my belief systems on, dude, I support every black person and I support everybody to protest whatever the fuck they want, dude, as long as it's a peaceful protest. Yeah. And so because of the gentleman who was killed by the cops, who did shoot 7 times, all that stuff has to be weighed. All that stuff has to be judged and determined whether, was it justified or not, right? The mother of this gentleman herself said, like, I don't want you guys rioting and burning shit on his name. I don't want that. Like, she don't want that shit, right? But it's not genuinely the BLM movement who's doing this. Not one person that night who got injured or was in this confrontation part of it was black. It was another convicted child freaking whatever, a pedophile. It was another felon who was carrying a gun illegally, and as well as who was for burglary, right? And it was another one that every single one of them had some kind of record at some point for some reason, who were out there protesting. Don't know anymore, right? Is that just the antagonist side of the Antifa movement? Is it just genuinely Black Lives Matter? I think Black Lives Matter themselves would probably agree that that's not them, right? That's not their push. That's not what their goal is. Right. And so now you just have fucking people on both sides of the spectrum, dude. The people that are protesting and the people that are trying to protect, right? You have this other side of the fence, these pro-Second Amendment guys that are kind of over the top and very undertrained, who carry rifles but don't have, have a $10 fucking rear scope. You know what I mean? Like, it's this weird spectrum of the dudes that are out there protesting and the dudes that are out there protecting. You have what you have the past couple nights. This is what you're going to have. People that are undertrained carrying a rifle, and then at the other side, and then with people that are supposedly trained but left them fucking hanging. Right. And that scared 17-year-old kid made the best decision he possibly could for the moment. I like I said, I don't know what I would have done in that situation, but personally, I feel like if it was me in that situation, and I like to think about it, someone who knows guns, someone who understands guns, someone who knows ROE, rules of engagement, when to shoot, I feel like the kid made good decisions on the fact that if he felt threatened for his life. But people have him out to say, like, oh, he was just there to start a fight. What are you talking about? He was trying to be a medic. He was actually trying to help people. Oh, he's just there. He shouldn't have that gun. Well, I mean, if he didn't have a gun, he probably wouldn't be alive today. Right? So a lot of things you can if, ands, what's, or and fucking money winner quarterback every situation. But in this situation with all the camera footage, I think he's going to get off with very, very minor charges. You know? And I'm not saying I support it or I don't support it. I'm saying that's the facts, dog. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing is we're gonna have to wait and see, you know, and when all the facts do come out, you know, and not just this rush to social media and, you know, everybody's guilty via social media, but, you know, when the facts come out, then it's a whole other different kind of story. Oh yeah, you know.
Well, it's funny how me posting my opinion recently about what's that fucking. There was another soldier who was missing. His name, damn it. I posted an opinion. Someone messaged me like, bro, you shouldn't be posting those opinions because you know, you can really influence people. I said, bro, I post whatever the fuck I want, dog. Yeah. Like, this is how I look at things. I take a very systematic approach to how I think, what I think of a matter. I don't know enough about that kid being missing in Fort Hood. But I know that he hung himself, or did he? And I can say that's questionable. I'm interested in learning more about that. I want to see the investigation on that. I can say that.
Yeah. Well, I don't think looking into something further and trying to find out more information about it is the wrong thing. Instead of just rushing to guilty or innocent. You know, it's just
exactly. You know, and that's the thing. Every time you have a situation, there's no real fucking hard line. It's kind of like, damn, the kid shouldn't have been there, right? The 17-year-old kid should just fucking be home.
For sure.
You know what I mean?
Well, and I did see something that I don't know if it was the mayor or the governor or whatever. Actually, none of them should have been there because there was a 8 p.m. curfew that was in place.
Oh, there you go.
No one should have been out past 8 p.m. So
there you go. And
everybody was wrong.
Me as a contractor, bro, how much you paying me to protect this motherfucker, dog? And my first question was like, do you have insurance on this building and all your stuff? If you do, why you paying me to fucking stand here, dog? It's different. Like I would ask all the other questions and still ask, hey, homeboy, that was supposed to be to the fucking kid 6. Where'd you go? Where'd that guy video? The guy who was supposedly trained, you let a 17-year-old fight that battle? If this fucking older gentleman, and I'd love to find out what his name is and question that, if this older gentleman just stepped in, he might have stopped this whole thing from happening by being the most mature motherfucker there with training and said, yo, dude, chill out, back up, go, let's go back to our little fucking AO. Let's stay in our spot. Let's not chase these motherfuckers around, right? Like, a lot of this could have been mitigated with 1, training, 2, someone who had a fucking sense, and 3, in the end of the day, shit goes down, and fuck, it's stirring the pot of people that don't understand what really went down or aren't willing to watch all the evidence.
Right.
Actors are posting all kinds of weird shit. Fucking MMA fighters are posting weird shit. They call this kid a fucking racist. This kid's racist and shooting people. I'm sorry, what? What the fuck are you talking about, dog? If you watched one clip, you knew the kid's not racist. He's just a fucking happy-go-lucky 17-year-old kid that wants to fucking provide service. And it might have the right intent, and just the lack of training and experience is what fucking led to this.
For sure.
Right? So it's just a really fucking weird thing. I just can't let people say that this kid had ill intentions. He showed up there with a gun to do damage. No. He showed up there to pull security for a company. And he wore gloves because he was really trying to do medical, which is even fucking more fucked up, right? Like, the kid genuinely was trying to do right and was just kind of standing by like this business and protecting it. And he got put in a fucked up situation and handled it the way he handled it. And, you know, like I said, in the end, we'll see how they fucking handle this situation. I personally think with all the evidence that you see, and all my law enforcement experience, I really believe that this kid's going to get off with minor charges, maybe some just gun charges for having it illegally in the area that it was.
Yeah, I don't know what happened to the first guy that he shot in the head, because that was
you couldn't see
kind
that.
of
It
was at a different spot, I guess, and then he started walking down the street. That's when people were starting to chase him. Yeah, and then they hit him from behind and threw the Molotov cocktail at him. Yeah, and then he didn't fire again until the guy hit him with a skateboard in the head. And then
I think he fired a few rounds then, right? And then
he fired a few rounds, and then the other guy rushed up on him just in the video that I've seen, rushed up on him with the pistol, and then that's where he shot him in the arm. And, and then, got up and, put his hands up and walked towards the police. And, it'll be interesting to see what happens.
Bro, if I saw correctly, there's a video of this kid actually trying to help that dude put a tourniquet on. Like the guy's putting on a tourniquet, that kid's there, and he's actually has his hand on his back. It's like, bro, kind of like, fuck, man, you walked up on me kind of shit. I can't read it, I can't see it, but I saw a clip where no shit, the dude he just shot, he's still there trying to fucking make sure shit's good. Like, dog, you ran up on me while I'm on my back and you had a pistol in your hand. As soon as I identified that, I fucking took a shot. It was kind of like that. That's what it looked like. And I'm like, dude, if I find that again, I'm gonna show you. And it kind of tripped me out because, like, that alone is gonna show intentions, right? This kid, if he wanted to kill people, if he showed up there just to kill people, bro, there's a lot of people that were easy targets for this dude to fucking shoot.
Well, I mean, we saw that when they were following him, he walked up to a gas station and, there were black people standing at the gas station. If he was a real racist there showing up to kill black people, he could have shot all of them very easily, So, a lot of people are wrong in the situation, and that's the thing is if everybody stayed home, past the curfew, none of that happens.
None of what happened.
And it's just, everybody's wrong. And it's unfortunate that, things like this happen in America today, and
it's crazy.
It's just one of those things that I don't see going away anytime.
Yeah, and it further divides us, bro, because
for sure,
because our opinion right now is all this is, and someone else is going to say, well, guns should get off the street and we wouldn't have any death, right? Like everyone's going to have their opinion on the matter, and it just becomes more divisive, and it becomes like, more issues and more. It's just fucking this crazy world of people that stopped thinking for themselves and started just listening to the one line of fucking what's shared, and now you have people that can't communicate anymore. Like we can't communicate. That's what it is.
Well, and, I own lots of guns, and I've never been in that situation, but at the same time, I usually have one if that situation arises and I need to be able to eliminate a threat. I mean, it's just how it works with responsible gun ownership.
You put me in the same position as kid, I would do everything to just stay right in my post. Hey, there's drama over there. Sounds good. That's not mine. I'm here. Sure. I'm paid right now to protect this building, and I'll stay right here. And that's kind of my mindset. But that kid seems happy-go-lucky trying to do his thing, and what we have now, and the result of that is 2 deaths and an injured bystander that were essentially attacking him. So it's this kind of weird space. And who knows? I'm curious to see how it turns out. But I just do hate the fact that people don't watch all the video and make a more educated decision, or people that actually have experience in this make an educated decision. And as well as if you own a gun, you need to train. You got to be able to train with that thing, dude. Sure. You got to know what the fuck you're doing. Then you'll know how that thing how the damage that can do. And I don't know, man. Very weird situation. Either way, fuck it. We're done talking about this. People are going to make their assumptions. I would love to hear people's opinions on this. You guys can message me. You can text me. You can fucking whatever you want to do. I'm here with my boy, Mike. We're going to get ready for a softball game later tonight. Mike, anyone you want to give a shout out to right now, go for it.
Oh, man, just always to the Hero Sports Utah folks, man. They came out in force last night. Obviously you, man, for, continuing to use your platform to give back to the veteran community, man. I think that's huge, that, people can see someone on TV that is a veteran that's doing things to give back to their people, man. And that's, that's huge, man. And, obviously one of our big supporters, Justin Gagey's got a big fight coming up.
Justin Gagey.
Yeah, got a big fight against Khabib in October.
Let him know he hits like a bitch, bro. Let him know he hits like a bitch.
He's a wimp. He's a wimp, bro.
This shit's weak, bro. Last time we sparred, I almost had him, bro.
Almost got him. I was almost the champ.
I was so close.
But yeah, man, I mean, just there's so many great people kind of getting behind our cause and supporting. It's really tremendous to continue to see this thing grow and help more people. And that's what initially it was started for, is using sports as an outlet, then we added hunting and fishing as another outlet. recreational activities as an outlet, and just continuing to provide that for more people. And it's just awesome ride we're on here.
Fuck yeah, bro. It ain't done yet, man. We got a lot coming. Appreciate you guys. Go check out Hero Sports page. I'll make sure I tag it and fucking hit it up. You guys can donate anytime you want. And if you guys don't want to donate, you just want to buy some Hero Sports gear, that helps us too. Whatever it is, you guys go check it out. There's also a hat from Baseballism. You buy that hat, 10% of that or $10 from that hat goes straight to Hero Sports. So that's another thing we like to promote. And there's multiple other things like that. You guys get out there. We got some Rockwell watches as well. If you like watches, if you like, to rock some Hero Sports logo, we get money from that as well. So we've made our partnerships. We appreciate all those partnerships we have. Rockwell watches. We'll come see you guys soon. And that's it for the show, man. You good?
Good, man. Let's go.
All right, we're out. Later.
I took the blow.